more.
Not me.
Well, anyway, good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming. Very nice to see many familiar faces and new faces as well, which is very fantastic. I want to start off with a little bit of a story tonight, because some of you all might not know Ivan and myself. But it starts somewhere like 15 years ago, and I am, having my first day of secondary school. And it's the first day, the teacher walks in and asks someone who would like to volunteer to be the class monitor. And there's this guy in front of me. He just instantaneously sticks out his hand and says, yes, me. Well, okay, no prizes for guessing who, of course, it's Ivan. And Ivan and I didn't become close friends until much later that year, actually. When he asks me to join him for an entrepreneurship competition, I think we had to sell Reader's Digests with a marketing plan and all that. And so we win the competition. But more important than winning is that we found out that we shared a great alliance, which is that we had a similar desire to build something from scratch. We had a similar desire to do something really outstanding with our lives, not just, get a job, that kind of thing. And that's basically what we've been doing for the last 15 years. Not by family wealth or networks or family connections, of which, to be very honest, we didn't have that much. But by using inventiveness, by innovation, by pure grit, by playing the best hand that we had each time, whatever we had at that point of time, and then improving, and then going forward, moving forward each time. We started a website which Ivan wrote up, at the age of 14, 15, where people could place online orders for custom printed T-shirts. And I think it was the first in Singapore you could get an instantaneous quotation and you could place an order. We built that into a T-shirt printing and corporate gift company. We went into event business together. Unfortunately, it was a colossal failure, I'm not ashamed to say. And then we kind of licked our wounds by doing some IT consulting, which many of you will know was the beginning of kind of a period of IT consulting boom. So we made back some of our money. And in 2011, we started our first tech startup, which was Start Now. And that was acquired in 2015. But for the first time, I think, in our 15 years of business partnership, and that is how long we've been doing this thing together, we see a future, and a future that's really not that long and far away. One that we feel will be a tremendous and huge success. And that's why we've gathered you here tonight, to tell you more about this future that we see. And not just you here, but also many people who have joined us by YouTube Live as well. And to tell us more about this future and our vision for this future, my good friend, co-founder and co-CEO, Ivan Chang.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Thank you, guys. Normally, this is a time of applause. But before I go on, I just want to tell you what's happening today before we go to the main pitch. So today's venue is only possible because of the great partnership with SMU-Preneurs. We did not, SMU, unlike, it's the youngest university, but no longer because of SUTD. So we didn't really have a strong entrepreneurship culture to support that. So 1 year ago, when Professor Lo Wai-Ming from the Office of Alumni Relations asked me to do something to build a community, this happened. So SMU-Preneurs is a network for alumni entrepreneurs. We want to connect everybody in the community. We want to get you involved in the community. So this is the reason why you have name tags. So at about 7 p.m. today, this is wine on us, but upstairs there's even more wine and more food. Okay, so we'll be serving dinner here at about once we finish this, and then you can proceed upstairs to Smokes and Mirror, where you will get to see 200 alumni, and all of them are doing startup. They're trying to do startup. They're trying to do and make a change in the world. So I really do hope to see you upstairs. Now, SMU-Preneurs is only possible because of the partnership with Office of Alumni Relations. So if you want to partner with SMU-Preneurs, I want to turn your attention to Adeline back there, who's the Associate Director for the Office of Alumni Relations. So if you have any idea about partnering with us, and I'm the president of SMU-Preneurs, by the way, talk to us. Okay, so let's go to proper. So good evening, everyone. Once again, welcome to Wonderlabs Private Investor Day. Today is really momentum. It's been 1 year since we did our demo day with the SPH Park and Play program. And today we want to show you what's next. So of course, to our friends and our investors tuning in on YouTube Live, very good afternoon. I can actually see 7 views, so that's pretty good. Okay, so 9 months ago, if you talk to us, everybody will know us as the smart hyperlink people. We went on demo day, we talked to you about hyperlink.io, which is a way for you to connect, and people were either on the fence or against us. But what happened then? So we went to the US, we went to Silicon Valley after raising a round, and then we tried to seek our fortune in Silicon Valley. Unfortunately, we saw a lot of dark clouds ahead. Now, in the ad tech world, right, early stage investment was down, late stage investment was down. More importantly, acquisition was also down. This is all in the ad tech world. So we've been advised to completely rechange our entire business model. And we took it to heart, because if you don't, we'll run out of money and we'll die. So we asked ourselves, what is something huge, what is something lucrative that we can sink our teeth into? And at that point in time, we were already hiring a lot of AI people, we were hiring a lot of NLP people, natural language processing, and we were also hiring a lot of machine learning people. So we say that, we say that we are hiring those people, but we also understand that it's so hard to have good talent. And when you think about it, talent is really the lifeblood of any economy today. It doesn't matter whether you're in tech world, it doesn't matter whether you're in fintech world, it doesn't matter whether you're in a restaurant. Talent drives your business forward. So if you even extrapolate that, to us, the problem of finding talent is this. It is really hard to find good talent. All right, I think all of us understand this in Singapore context. It's so hard to find them. Number two, if you find them, it's really costly. Now, outsourcing might be one option that a lot of people like to explore, but we believe that with outsourcing, you lose control. You no longer have the access to your technology, your proprietary IP itself. So all of this problem, we understand. So if you extrapolate, we believe that talent and finding talent is very much like cocaine. Why like cocaine? Three truths. Now, if you have talent, you have supply will find its own demand. That's truth number one. Number two, he who controls the supply set the price of the talent. And number three, it's really addictive. I'm very proud to say that in the 6 months since we pivoted to this new Wonderlabs model, we have not a single attrition so far. So let us really dive down into the numbers itself today. I'm not going to give you a market sizing in billions, but I want to talk about just the number of talent. So according to IMDA, today we have 90,000 Singaporeans and ePass people working on building software in Singapore alone, of which there is already still a shortage of about 30,000. This is true, this is proven. We need more talent in the Singapore economy. Whether we can reach that is another question itself. So if we want to really understand our target market, we can dive down even further. So some of you might know, we run this platform called TechSG. TechSG is Singapore's most comprehensive startup database, of which we track about 3,000 different entities itself. So based on our understanding of the tech market and based on our understanding of the startup ecosystem, we understand that on average, each startup needs about 3.1 developer each. This gives us an immediate market access of 10,000 people or position or deployment that we can straight away fill in right away. So what do we do for startup? We do for them three things. Number one, we help them recruit. Number two, we help them manage the talent. And number three, which is our biggest promise always, we help them save costs. And it's been 6 months since we pivoted this new model after coming from Silicon Valley, and I would like to think that we have achieved a certain level of traction. In fact, we believe that we have achieved and unlocked the solution to market fit itself. Now, how can we achieve this solution market fit? I really think it's because of the rigorous amount of testing and we do to get great talent on board. In fact, we receive a lot of applications, but only 5% of them will eventually get called by us for interview itself. And only the best get to be called for Wonderlabs. When they join us, we do two things for the talent. Number one, we perform critical HR functions. These are basic hygiene factors such as payroll, taxes, medical benefit. We cover that. But number two, it's a soft factor that we help for these employees and this employer relation. We look after productivity. We want to increase our morale. So we do things like training, mentorship, pairing, and all the other associated human resource functions. Today, we operate from 3 locations. We call them campuses. One of them is in Singapore, and 2 of them is in our office, in headquarters in Yogyakarta itself. And we would like to think that after 6 months operating, we run one of the most diverse software, talent, human resource player in the entire Yogyakarta region. We focus heavily on getting female engineers on board to join us. In the Yogyakarta region, if you land in the airport and you tell people about Wonderlabs, they'll tell you that this is a great company, it's great culture, it's homely, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's challenging. So we take this value proposition that we have with all this talent and tell them that, and use the opportunity to really attract the best millennial to join us. It's something so important to us. And to all of those aspiring talent, what we tell them is usually this: challenge yourself. Come join us, come work for us for 3 years, get rotated to 6 different job positions, build your skill, and most importantly, accelerate your career. So, one thing that sets us so apart from the rest of the competitors out there is the way we charge people and the way we talk about our pricing itself. We are completely salary transparent. So every employee will know exactly how much we pay the employees itself. Number 2, we then charge them a one-off per month per head management fee on top of the talent itself. And number 3, we then do, every time we do a new deployment, we do a one-time onboarding fee itself. So it's been 6 months, and I think our growth has been phenomenal. When we first started this, we had 3 to 4 deployments a month. As of right now, we are doing 11 to 12 deployment every single month. I think what was impressive is our MRR. We started our pricing model at $350 per management, per person, per deployment. We've increased it to $450, and very soon we have tested at $550 with no pushback at all. So today, we are very happy to say we're having an MRR of about $11,000 on a monthly basis. So to really get us into high speed, to really get us into a faster traction model, to us it's so important that we can go faster, but at the same time we can go better. So we need to build tools for us ourselves to be able to get the supply. As you say before, it's cocaine, we can find the supply, we can find the demand. So today we want to introduce to you 2 very software that you will see the evolution of the hyperlink IPs into. The first software is called Xavier. Now, Xavier is recruitment on steroids. It's an in-house built software which we repurpose hyperlink IP into it. Xavier's goal is to continuously find us new supply. So for example, you're looking for an Android developer and you come to us and say, Ivan, I need an Android developer. We do that. We know exactly all the potential Android developer in the region. We even filter down into the specific competitor company itself. So of course, Software Seni, if you're in the Yogyakarta region, they have a big team there. And we even do more aggressive kind of hiring process, including targeting bigger companies such as the Lippo Group itself. So you can go check your LinkedIn later. If you type Lippo, you will see all these people working for the Lippo Group doing Android development in Yogyakarta itself. So 3 things. Number 1, we rate every talent based on the prestige of the current employer. We see where they are working, who they are working for, and we give them a score. Number 2, we then say, what kind of working experience you have? Are you a junior developer? Are you a senior developer? What kind of score can we give you? And number 3 is on the matrix of skills. Now, software development is a complex game. We get it. We understand the very, very different codes, Node.js and all the other stuff. We rate you on a very, very precise matrix so we can do the correct placement every single time. So today, Xavier produced up to 134 candidates every single day for us. Only 5% of them get called for interview by us. Okay, so what's next and why are we doing all this? Now, Xavier is great today, but we believe we can push it further. There are 2 truths that we want to continue pushing Xavier software for. The next truth is this: we want to do job sentiment analysis. Now, understanding where the person is about to leave his current employer is very important for us to get the supply to match the demand itself. So we are building software that scans both Bahasa Indonesia and English language NLP to understand when a person is about to leave his job based on Facebook, social media, and all his other associated online ads. And number 2 is something very unique about Indonesia if you been there. It's a clustering effect game itself. So we're seeing that 60% of Wonderlabs join us not because 60% of Wonderlabs join us not just alone, but came with somebody else itself. The clustering effect is something very real. It's a cultural thing. So if we can build software that can precisely pinpoint and understand when a person is in which cluster, we can get a ringleader come and join us, and we can get associated talent to join as well. All in all is to pursue getting very strong supply for us. The next thing we built from the supply side now is the demand side. So we say that demand is an inflexible curve in the sense that there is always demand. But it's also very important to get the demand to match with the correct supply. So we have another software, same thing, it just take another version of the hyperlink IP itself and repurpose it, and we call it Siren. This is our goal for sales on steroids. So let me give you a quick preview of it. So you've seen this before if you've been demo day, our demo day last year. We're able to very well pass out entity recognition. Everybody can do it, but we're pushing it further. So just now I show you Soul Cache. Soul Cache is very simple to pass because the email of the CEO is on the website. but homage. Now, homage is way harder. If you go to homage website, if you go to homage news article, you will never be able to see their email address. So what we do is we do ping testing. So we take all this and we ping out so that we can get the correct email so that we can put our talent in front of the correct CEO at the correct time. There are 3 fundamental principles behind how we build Siren. Siren builds on number 1, you must have a need. Now, if you do not have a need for hiring talent, we will not target you because it's a wasted opportunity for us. Number 2, very importantly, a lot of people say they want software developers, but you also must be able to pay us. Now, pay us, we juggle based on the financial measurement. So if you are on Tech in Asia, E27, and you say, I raised $6 million, well, you're going to get a call from us very soon. And number 3 is key decision maker. So, imagine a big organization with 100 people. We really have to find the correct person to tell them that we have the solution to your talent gap itself. So, we have done the alpha test of Siren. It's actually working right now. We can talk about that in more details later. And we've seen great results for it so far. All in all, our entire company is driven by key metrics. Now, we track so much things, but I just want to talk about one metric that's really important to keep an eye. That's throughput velocity. Throughput velocity measures the time you come to us and the time that we deploy a talent for you. So we look at the cycle. Siren handled the first thing, which is the inquiry to order. Xavier handled the next part, which is finding you the talent itself, the demand side of the equation itself. And this is the number so far. We have seen a 20-point or 50% increase in getting inquiries to order with Siren. And for Xavier, now when we first started 6 months ago, we're at 26 days. That means that when you come to us and say, Ivan, I need a talent, this is my job description, we took 26 days to place you with someone. Today, we are at 11. Our goal by next quarter is to slice it in half to be under a week. This is so important for us. Now, velocity and momentum is so important in the startup world. We want to try to shorten the cycle to get someone in front of you as soon as possible. Of course, we are continuing focusing. There's one big part of the entire process that we have not yet been able to tap and to shorten the cycle. That is an interview process between a potential candidate and the employer, and we are looking at that itself. All in all, the entire reason here of this company, apart from placing great talent, is about becoming the world's most automated company. I kid you not in the sense that these are all the things that we are currently looking at now to try to automate. Automation, and making it more efficient is so important for us. So today, of course, bring you all here, have great food later, have great wine, must ask for something. So the ask is this. Today, Keith and I are very happy to say that we're going to start our new pre-Series A round of $600,000, of which we're very happy today to announce, not today, not going to announce that it's all committed already. Today, we're going to announce that since we started last week, we have $100,000 secure and ready to go. What's the money going to use for? $600,000 is a big chunk. Now, 70% goes to working capital, and another 83% goes to runway to break even. Let me drill down the runway to break even a bit further for you. You will see that the biggest chunk of our capital goes to something called bench time. So bench time is our second metric that we measure very closely. It's the amount of time that we make an offer to a potential candidate to the time that he can deploy. Now, a lot of times you might see that as a wasted cost, the yellow graph there. But our goal is to get bench time so that we can use it as an investment on great candidate so that we can easily place the person the moment he is ready. So we don't see it as as cost, we see it as an investment into doing something that by next year, I'll be able to come on this stage in May 2018 to tell you that we have done 1,000 deployments and an MRR of $217,000. That's our goal. We have a plan. I think we explained the plan. We're going to get to the objective itself. Wonderlabs is a 3-man team at the founding level. Keith and I start now, Han is a CTO, whereby if you become a speaker, we understand acquisition deal, we've been through the cycle, we are excited for this before. 1 year ago during demo day at Skate itself, we are on record, and we're still today on record, being Singapore's smallest tech exit. That will start now. Now, more so than ever before, today we finally have a plan to become Singapore's largest tech exit. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like home. It's like the first sip of coffee.
Thank you very much. Now, trust me, all the videos are not staged. Our 63 colleagues are on YouTube live now because I see a huge jump in number. You can talk to them anytime. Wonderlabs is here. So thank you very much. We're going to start serving food. We're going to turn on the lights. There's a lot of alcohol. And for those who wish to continue on at SMU Alumni event upstairs, I welcome you upstairs as well. Keith and I will be here to answer any of your questions. Thank you very much, guys.